LSU at Mississippi State. There is a ton of intrigue here. Just largely big picture SEC West. Like we trying to figure out like the top teams in the West. Like we think it's still Alabama, we think it's still LSU. Well, here's a chance for LSU to go on the road and get a really quality win after the opener loss to Florida State. Like they rebounded last week against Grambling. I don't know that we necessarily learned a lot about LSU there. For Mississippi State, it's kind of the same thing. Like they're undefeated. Thought they were pretty fortunate to beat Arizona, given the fact that Arizona had 4 or 5 turnovers, and they still escaped with kind of a close victory. So I think for Mississippi State, it's a chance for Zach Arnett to get kind of a marquee win in his first year. But I also think stylistically, LSU secondary struggled so much in the opener, and Mississippi State has not been the same passing team that we saw in previous years. So I think for me, the intrigue here is this Will Rogers being Will Rogers this week? Like Woody Marks leads the SEC in rushing. Like try explaining that to a Mississippi State fan like a year ago, that Woody Marks would be leading the SEC and Will Rogers would not be putting up big passing yards. But I think that's the intrigue for me. It's like it's LSU, it's a chance to rebound. And then on the other side, I think it's like, can Mississippi State get a marquee win? And then the matchup of LSU secondary and Will Rogers, and also I think Jayden Daniels and these LSU receivers, given what Arizona did to Mississippi State secondary last week.
Fascinating styles make fights conversation here with these two. Traditionally, by the way, LSU has won 3 out of 4 in Starkville, their last 4 trips. In their last 10, 4 of these have been 1-score games. It's been a very weird rivalry game. You had the KJ Costello 2020 game to open the season in Baton Rouge. Like, it's just been weird. But I find the style to be fascinating because Will Rogers is largely the most productive quarterback statistically, not the best, but like he's going to own every single passing record largely by the end of the season. But they have not done that a lot this year. It's a lot of short passes. Well, if you're going to attack LSU, down the field is where you need to do it. They're running the ball way better. Is that what you need to do against LSU? I don't know. They've got a couple of nice pieces on their defense for Mississippi State that I think are better than maybe we think. And can they keep Jayden Daniels in the pocket? Well, they just tried with Jaden DeLaura. So, like, they've got a weird, like, preseason type of matchup with the quarterback for Arizona last week that gives them, I would assume, a very good scouting report on what Jayden Daniels is going to do this week. It's just a really weird matchup. I really want to take Mississippi State plus the 9, but I also just don't know where the Mississippi State offense is yet. I don't know where they are in terms of their run-pass balance, what they want Will Rogers to do, what do they want the passing game to look like. I just don't think that, like, you can't tell me you like we're keeping stuff in the vault when you're in overtime.
That's right.
That doesn't. You can't claim, oh, we just were like, that doesn't work.
Yeah, that's what I think would alarm me a little bit going into this game, and kind of what I was getting at earlier, which was like if they blew out Arizona, I think we could make a case with, well, maybe they were saving some things offensively. And we know, like, all offseason, they want to change a little bit stylistically, but they were pretty fortunate given the fact that Arizona had all those turnovers and to escape in overtime with a small victory. So I think I don't think Mississippi State could have held something back when you're in a close matchup against Arizona. But there's a chance, I think, here, like I said, it's a marquee chance for Zach Arnett to get LSU this early in the season and get him in Starkville where it's tough to play and get a chance to get would be a huge victory for his third game.
Yeah, this is for LSU. To me, this is like right the ship on what we thought about you the entire summer. You go on the road and you beat Mississippi State in what is going to be a hostile environment, and you as a clear 10-point favorite again, much like Tennessee. The pressure to me is on LSU. They're the team that had preseason expectations. They're the team that lost a game to Florida State in pretty ugly fashion. They're the team that was the defending West champs. They're the team that's the favored team in this game. The pressure to me is on Jayden Daniels to show that he can carry a team in a tough situation. Maybe they don't need it. Maybe they can line up and just out-talent Mississippi State. I don't know. Mississippi State's very experienced, though. They got a lot of people that have played a lot of ball, and they may not be as talented, but they played a lot of snaps in Starkville. So I'll take LSU, but I think this is a really good football game. And very strange kickoff, 11 a.m. kickoff, God's time. Very strange time for this game.
I like LSU as well.
This needs to be this needs to be like a 7 o'clock kickoff, like cowbells at night, Baton Rouge. LSU fans in Starkville drinking all day. Like, you got to give them more time to get lubed up than 11 a.m. I don't know. Just my opinion.